Hello students, welcome to Accounting 1303 V30. This is Introduction to Accounting 1 for the Summer 2 term for the year 2020. My name is Mrs. Mercado and I am going to be your instructor for this course. This is a short course orientation of how my course is structured both in Blackboard and how to create your account in Gage and access your assignments in Gage, okay? Now, I'm not going to go through every single thing in either my Blackboard or my Gage for time limitations, but I'm going to try to highlight key information. That way, it'll provide some form of guidance for you to get started, okay? So, let me go ahead and get started. We are going to log into your South Texas College webpage, okay? On the top right hand corner, you'll have a Blackboard link. You're going to click on that link. Now, Blackboard did go through some modifications or upgrades during the summer, so it might look a little bit different if you haven't logged in a while. But basically, you enter your username and password and you sign in. Okay. Now, my Blackboard might look a little bit different than yours because I'm a faculty and you're a student. But on the left-hand side, you'll see a menu option that says Courses. If you click on your Courses option, you'll have a list of all of your courses. Now, I want to focus on my summer courses, so on the top center, I'm going to go up and I'm going to select Summer 2020, okay? And you'll see a list of the summer courses that I'm teaching. You'll find a list of the summer courses that you are taking. So you're going to find my class, which is Accounting 1303 V30. You're going to click on it, and it's going to take you into my course shell. Okay. Now, like I said, I am not going to go through every single thing in my Blackboard shell. I'm just going to highlight key information. Here you have a picture of myself in case you don't know what I look like. I am Ms. Mercado. Nice to meet you guys. You have some instructor information here. My office is in Star Campus, but because during the summer I teach purely online classes, I am not traveling to my office. I'm teaching from home. My office location and my office phone number are included there, but you won't be able to find me there. If you need to reach out to me, you can either do so by Blackboard Messages, by my STC email, or I've included my personal mobile number. You can either call or text emergency basis only, okay? My office hours are online Tuesdays and Thursdays from 10:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Okay, so I'm going to go quickly over before you start working on any of your assignments. Please ensure that you go through all of the information under the Start Here tab. Okay, a lot of important information is included. So the first thing we have is the orientation, which is what you're listening to. Next thing we have is the essential course information. Okay. This just provides you a wealth of information about the course, the instructor, a lot of things, okay? So the first part is basically an introduction about myself. I've been teaching here at STC since the fall of 2014. Before this, I used to work in different banks. I have over 13 years of banking experience. I was an accounting supervisor. I worked in operations. I worked in project management, accounts payable, accounts receivable. I've worked before, okay? So I do have work experience specifically in the banking industry. And then I do have 6 years working as a accounting instructor here at South Texas College, okay? My degrees include a bachelor's and a master's in accounting. I also got an accounting clerk certificate and an associate's of applied science here from STC. I am currently a full-time student as well. Like most of you, I am also a student. I am currently working on my PhD in business administration with specialization in organizational leadership. So it's keeping me very busy during the summer. I am in my dissertation phase. I'm almost done, so I'm pretty excited. My days are pretty busy, pretty hectic, like most of you, having to work, having to make time to study, do your homework. I've got 2 kids at home. I have my father. He's very ill right now, so having to take him to doctor's appointments. I know life happens, guys, but if we organize our time and we focus ourselves, we can achieve anything we set our mind to. Okay, so just stay focused and we'll do great. Okay, just make sure that you read through all of this information. This is the course summary. This is what we're going to be learning in the course. Here we have the course structure. I do want to go over this. It's very important that before you begin working on your assignments that you read each of the chapters. Reading is not optional. Reading is required. Okay? So, before you begin working on anything, read the chapter. Usually I have students call me or email me with questions that are easily answered if you would have read. I start, usually when you give me a call, I've had students tell me, Miss, I don't understand anything. I'm like, okay, have you read? I start asking basic questions which would have been covered or would have been answered if the student has read and the student didn't take the time to read. And if the student didn't take the time to read, well, of course, they're not going to understand anything. Okay? Reading is super, super important. Okay? Every week, or every chapter that is covered, let me rephrase that, you will have homework and quizzes. Okay? For both the homework and the quizzes, you're going to have 2 tries, and I keep the highest grade earned. Okay? For the homework assignments, they're not timed. You have unlimited time to complete them during the specified time frame. You can save your work and resume it at a later point in time. For your quizzes are timed. You have 60 minutes to complete your quiz. Okay? So that one, if you're going to start it, make sure that you have enough time to be able to complete it because you can't save it. You have to finish it. If not, the system will submit it for you and you'll get the grade that you get. Okay? So it's very important that you know the difference between your homework. Your homework is basically workout problems, okay, that have to do, this is application of what was learned in the chapter. Your quizzes are more fill in the blank, multiple choice kind of questions. They're more terminology based, okay? So quizzes are terminology based. Homework is the actual application of the content that is covered in the chapter. Now, the chapter has wonderful illustrations, wonderful examples of how to complete your assignments if you take the time to read and go over the information. Okay? Your exams will be in Gage as well, just like your homework and your quizzes. You will also have 2 tries on your test, and that second try is basically given in case students encounter any technical difficulties. They have that second attempt to be able to complete their assignment. That second attempt can also be used if you didn't make a pretty good grade on the first try. You can use the second try. I always keep the highest grade earned. Okay, you'll have a project after we complete or we go over the first 6 chapters. The first 6 chapters cover the entire accounting cycle. So once we finish those 6 chapters, you're going to have a project that deals with completing the entire accounting cycle project. That will also be on Gage. So you need to have access to Gage to be able to complete your homework, your quizzes, your tests, and your project. Okay? Okay, this is the textbook that we're using. We're using College Accounting 23rd edition, chapters 1 through 15 from Haynes and Perry. Okay? Now, students need access to the Gage platform. Gage offers what is known as Gage Unlimited. And what that is basically unlimited access to Gage for a fixed cost of $119.99 per semester. So what does that mean? That means if you're taking 2, 3, 4, 5 classes during the summer and they use Gage, you just have to pay one fee of $119.99 and you'll have access to all of those resources for that one fixed cost. Okay? You also have an option of renting your textbook for $7.99 if you prefer a hard copy. Okay? The Gage Unlimited Access gives you access to the platform, which is Gage Now. It also gives you access to the electronic book, and it gives you access to a variety of other student resources. Okay? This is just etiquette, how to communicate online, and any student services and technical support information as well. Okay? Let's go back to the start here. That was the first folder. The second folder deals with the syllabus, okay, and the course schedule. I've included the syllabus in a Word document, a PDF file, and Concourse syllabus. Regardless of the link that you use, all of the information included is the same. Okay, I'm going to open my PDF file here so we can go over the syllabus. Okay, the syllabus is 11 pages long. I do recommend that you print it out and that you keep it handy at all times. That way you are marking off the assignments that you're completing and you are aware of all of your assignment deadlines. I do not grant extensions or makeups for missed assignments because everything is clearly outlined. Now, if there is some kind of an emergency in your family to where you're sick, a family member is sick, someone in your family passed away, you were involved in a car accident, you're going to be traveling out of town for business purposes, whatever the reason is, if there's something that's going to not allow you to meet your deadlines, contact me before, okay? Not after the fact. Before the deadline, let me know, Miss Mercado, this is going on. I've had situations where, a student tells me my daughter is sick, I have her in the hospital. I'm not sure I'm going to meet the deadline of Sunday, okay? Because I don't know how long I'm going to be here. And my focus is my daughter. I understand. I have kids of my own, and I completely understand, okay? But you've communicated with me before the due date. So I'm going to reach out to you, and I'm going to let you know, okay, please let me know when your child gets released, your availability, and we can coordinate something for you to make up your assignments, okay? The key here is I'm not a mean witch here where, okay, I'm very strict. Yes, I'm very strict because I want to prepare you for the real world. In the real world, we have deadlines to meet. You don't meet those deadlines, you can get fired, okay? So we need to get accustomed to meeting deadlines. But circumstances happen, things happen in your life that might cause you to not to be able to meet those deadlines. And as long as you communicate with me, I'm fine, okay? We'll work something out one-on-one, and we'll try to figure it out and get it done, okay? So communication between the faculty, the instructor, and the student is very, very important, okay? So, the syllabus, please print it out. You have my information, my chair's information in case you need to contact them. This is just general course information. The textbook, I've already covered what we are needing. You are needing access to a personal computer with reliable internet access. Now, because of the COVID-19 issue, during the spring semester, a lot of our campuses, colleges, universities, public libraries, they closed down because of COVID-19. Now, this is an online class. You are required to have your own personal computer or electronic device to be able to complete your assignments, and you must have internet access. In case public libraries or colleges and universities are closed up again, okay? Not having a computer or electronic device to complete your assignments is not a valid excuse not to complete the course. You signed up for an online class, you need to have access to a computer or electronic device to complete your assignments, okay? You also need a calculator, just a regular 10-key calculator. This could be a regular calculator, or you can use a calculator on your cell phone. It doesn't really matter. You also need a flash drive in case you need to save any of your work. And you also need either speaker or headset, okay? Because I do have videos, so you do need to be able to view and listen to those videos, okay? Below you'll find the grading criteria for my course. Tests are worth 50%, that's 500 points. Homework assignments are worth 25%, that's 250 points. The semester project is worth 15%, that's 150 points. And quizzes are worth 10%, that's 100 points, okay? I don't issue out any extensions or makeups for missed assignments unless there is a major emergency and the student communicates with me, okay? Now this is the grade point scale. If you make between 900 and 1,000 points, you'll get an A. Between 800 and 899 points, you'll get a B. Between 700 to 799 points, you'll get a C. 600 to 699 points, you get a D. And anything below 599, you'll get an F. Okay? I highly recommend that all students log into Blackboard daily to stay up to date with any important announcements or email messages that might be sent out. Okay? Attendance, this is an online class, so I don't get to see you face to face. I don't have a policy as to when you need to log in. This is an online class, and most of the students that log in or that register for online classes is because they usually have a very busy work schedule or a very busy schedule overall. So I am not going to require you to log in on a specific time or day. I do expect for you though to complete your assignments on time. Okay? Attendance is, ultimately up to you when you log in. You can log in early in the morning, in the middle of the night, during the day, during the week, on the weekend, as long as you get or you meet your deadlines. Okay? Now, if for some reason you are not going to be participating in my course, then it is the student's responsibility to withdraw from the course. Okay? I do not drop students. Okay? If the student feels that they're not going to continue with my class, then they need to complete the withdrawal process from the Office of Admissions and Records. If you do not withdraw from my class, then you're going to get the grade that you earned. Okay? And if you didn't complete your assignments, then that grade is going to be an F. And what happens? That F is going to impact your GPA. It's going to impact your financial aid as well. Okay? So please take personal responsibility for your attendance. Make sure that you meet all of your deadlines. Make sure that you stay active. And if for whatever reason you are not going to continue in my class, make sure that you complete the withdrawal process. Okay? These are just some general information. I'm going to let you all read through all of this information on your own. Accommodations, if you have any special accommodations, please contact the designated departments, and then they will reach out to me with instructions of your specific accommodations. Okay? I've already went over the course structure. Reading is very important. You have 2 tries to complete your homework, your quizzes, your tests, and your project. I always keep the highest grade earned. Okay? Now, something very important I am going to mention that I failed to mention before. Okay? Your tests, the problems in your tests are coming straight out of your homework. Okay? I'm not giving you homework as busy work. I'm giving you homework so you can learn to master specific topics and content. Okay? So your homework and your quizzes are going to help you prepare you for your test. Now, the homework and the quizzes are open usually from the beginning of the week to Sunday at 11 p.m. Okay? Once the assignment closes, a couple of minutes later, you'll be able to see your answers. Okay? So the following week, you can go back in there, check your work from the prior week, check what you got right, what you got wrong. You'll get the correct answer. Okay? So you can review for your test. Okay? Now, that answer is only available if you attempted the assignment. Okay? So in order for you to be able to get the feedback and the correct answers and the solution and all of that, you need to complete the assignments. Okay? If you don't complete the assignments, then you're not going to have anything to study off of. Okay? So it is very important, it is critical that all students complete all of their assignments. Okay? That way they can have the necessary resources to prepare for their test. Okay? I just thought I needed to highlight that. The solutions will only be available for those assignments that are completed. If you don't complete an assignment, you don't get the answers or the feedback. Okay? So it's very important that you give it a try to all of your assignments. Okay? This is just some Q&A information. I'm going to let you read through it. I'm not going to spend too much time here. I just do want to highlight my availability to you. Okay? I check my email, my Blackboard Messages, Monday through Friday, a couple of times a day. Okay? I'm very responsive. If you've had me before, you'll see, you email me, and I try to respond as soon as I can. Okay? So Monday through Friday, if you send me a Blackboard message or an email, or call me, or we set up a conference call. I'm available. Okay. Now, I do not respond to any Blackboard messages or emails that are received past 5 p.m. on Friday, or any messages received on Saturday, Sunday, or a college-observed holiday. Okay. Now, the weekends are for me. Okay. I have children. I have homework to do. I have to go grocery shopping. I have to go visit my parents. My father is very ill, so I usually go visit him on a daily basis, usually late in the afternoon. But my weekends are more family time oriented kind of a thing. So during the weekend, I do not check my work email or my Blackboard messages. Any messages received during the weekend will be answered the next available business day, which is Monday, or depending if it's a holiday, whatever that day might be. Okay. So if you do need to reach out to me or you need help, please reach out to me Monday through Friday. Okay. I just needed to emphasize that. Due to COVID-19, make sure all of you have access to your own personal computer or electronic device to complete your assignments, along with internet access. Okay. As not having a computer or internet access is not an excuse. That is not a valid excuse for you not to complete your assignments. Okay? Okay? So I'm going to let you read through all that. This is just some responsibilities. I don't tolerate academic dishonesty. If I find out students are cheating, a student is completing an assignment for another student, you will be reported, you will be expelled from STC. Okay? I do not tolerate academic dishonesty. I think that in order for you to be prepared for the workforce, you need to be able to, learn. Now, that does not mean that I don't allow students to create or establish study groups. I've had students in the past, where students get together, work on their assignments together, help answer each other's questions. As long as it's a collaborative environment, I'm okay with that. When I was in college, I had a very close group of friends. We would always go to the library, work on our assignments together, help each other out to better understand the content. Okay? Why? Because when the test came, we were on our own. Okay? So we would work on the assignments, compare answers. Well, how did you get that? Why did you get this? We would brainstorm, go over, figure it out. I'm 100% with you working collaboratively with your team members and with your classmates. Now, that's one thing. Having a group member or a team member or a classmate complete your assignments for you, that is not allowed. I find that out, and you will be reported, and you will be expelled. Okay? So very important. This is our course, and you need to complete it on an individual basis. Okay? I already mentioned withdrawal. If you need to withdraw from the course, that is your responsibility. The student needs to complete the withdrawal process from the Office of Admissions and Records. Okay? Now, the next part of the syllabus is super important. It is the schedule. Okay? In the schedule, you'll have the information for the week, what needs to be completed, and the assignments that need to be completed, and the due dates. Okay? Now, most of the assignments are due at 11 p.m. on Sundays. That is with the exception of tests and projects. For the most part, most of your homework will be due on Sunday, but you need to be very careful. So during week 1, we're going to cover chapter 1, chapter 2, and chapter 3. These are all of the assignments that need to be completed. You have a homework and a quiz for each chapter. Okay? And your assignments for week number 1 are due Sunday, July the 12th. Okay? Week 2, you're going to cover chapters 4, chapters 5, and chapter 6. And you're going to begin reviewing for your upcoming test. Now, these are the assignments that need to be completed. You've got a homework and a quiz for each of the chapters, and the assignments are due on Sunday, July the 19th at 11 p.m. Now, look at week 3. Week 3, you're going to have your first test. Now, the first test is only going to be available Monday, July the 20th through Thursday, July 23rd. So you're going to have 4 days to complete your test. Okay? So it's very important that you know this. Don't wait for Sunday to complete the test because the test will not be available. Okay? So test number 1 over chapters 1 through 6 is only going to be between Monday through Thursday. All of that information is clearly outlined right here. You'll also be working on your comprehensive accounting cycle problem, and that problem you're going to have the entire week to work on it, okay? The comprehensive problem is due on Sunday at 11 p.m., okay? Week number 4, you're going to cover Chapter 7, Chapter 8, and Chapter 9, and you're going to begin reviewing for your final exam. You have the assignments that need to be completed stated right here, and everything is due on Sunday, August the 2nd at 11 p.m., okay? This is week number 4. The last and final week, which is going to run from August the 3rd through the 6th, is your final exam. Your final exam is only going to be over Chapter 7, 8, and 9. And the final is going to be available Monday, August the 3rd through Thursday, August the 6th. So you're going to have 4 days to complete your final. There is no extensions or makeups for the missed final exam. Finals close on Thursday night. Friday morning, I wake up, I calculate final grades, and I submit those to the Office of Admissions and Records, okay? The last part is a grading point system scale. This is how many points each of your assignments are worth. We have the quizzes, the homeworks, the tests, and the projects, okay? And overall, you have the potential of earning 1,000 points. Please, please, please complete all of your assignments to try to earn the most points possible, okay? Please print out your syllabus, have it handy, create a folder for my class. As you complete your assignments, mark them up, okay? I already did the tutorial, I already did the quiz, I already did this. That way you can see what you've completed and what you're pending, and it clearly tells you here the due date, okay? So there is no excuse for you forgetting to complete your assignments, okay? The Concourse syllabus is here in case you want to look over it. It'll take you to a link, and it basically is the same information, okay? Now, here is some videos on how to access Cengage, okay? I'm not going to play the videos, but there's some videos here that will help you or guide you to create or set up your account in Cengage, okay? So if you just click on the video, it'll take you to the video link, then you click play. It should play, but I guess my computer is having issues because I am recording. Oh, there it goes. It's just having issues loading because I do have another software running recording for me. But basically, you'll be able to view the video, okay? And you have a guide here that gives you instructions on how to create your account in Cengage, okay? But I'll go over this with you in a moment. This is just some additional information that I have included, okay? Let me see what else is here. Okay, we have the schedule. I've included the schedule. I've given you the exam information. These are the exams. You'll have 2 tests. You'll have 3 hours to complete each of the tests. Your test will be online, and these are the dates your test will be available. These are the grade scale that we will be using in my class, okay? What else do we have under Start here? We have student technical resources and support. This is just some general information if you need to contact the different departments within the college. Okay. These are some additional guides for Cengage that you can just click here, and it'll take you to more information on Cengage. Okay, I'm going to let you click all that. Now, anytime you see this little image with like a circular motion blue icon here, that means that is a link to Cengage. So if you click that link, it's going to take you out of Blackboard and into Cengage, okay? And I'll click this link in a little bit once we're going to set up our account, okay? So after you have reviewed all of the information under the Start Here tab, you can begin working on your assignments. Now what I've done is I have created weekly modules. Every week a new folder is going to pop up. Okay? Every week you'll see something new. Okay? So the first week you're only going to see week number 1. Okay? Week number 1 we're going to cover chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. If you click on it, You'll have an overview of each of the chapters. You'll have the learning objectives for each of the chapters. Okay? You'll have your PowerPoints right here for chapter 1, 2, and 3. Okay? And then you'll have videos that I've created. These are my videos. You'll have videos for chapter 2 and chapter 3. Chapter 1 doesn't have a video because it's just general information. There's no calculations. The calculations begin in chapter 2, so that's where I start recording my video. Okay? So these are short videos that hopefully will provide some sort of guidance for you. So I recommend that you review the PowerPoints, listen to my videos, and then begin working on your homework. These are all of the assignments that need to be completed this week, and it gives you the due dates. Okay? So every week under course content, you'll have a new folder. You click on it, and all of your information will be right there. Okay? This week we'll have chapter 4, chapter 5, and chapter 6 videos. Okay? So under the course content, you're going to have all of the information for that specific week. Okay? Now, I'm just going to go through Blackboard first, then I'll go onto Gage. Okay? Discussions, we don't have any discussions in this class. Announcements, I do have announcements. I usually post announcements once or twice a week. This is just to keep you informed, give you reminders of what's due that specific week, anything of that nature. Okay, this is a welcome announcement. Make sure I think it's set up to where if I post an announcement, student gets an email message to their primary email account here at STC with my message. Okay, so make sure that you review your announcements. Now, Blackboard messages. If you need to contact me, this is the preferred method for you to contact me. Okay, through Blackboard messages. If you need to contact me, you're gonna just create a message. Okay. If you click the to link, you'll have a list of all of your classmates' names. And you will also have my name right there. So you just choose the name of the person that you want to message. It could be the instructor. Or if you want to message your classmates, you just select your classmates' names right there. You put a subject. Maybe you want to put issues with problem 298. Okay, whatever the case may be. Okay, and then here you explain, Miss, I'm working on problem 298. I'm confused. This is what I've done so far, but I'm stuck in this part. Okay, I need for you to explain to me. Well, first of all, tell me what problem you're working on. Second of all, show me what you're doing. Okay, I want to see your work so I can be able to provide you with guidance. Okay, I'm not gonna simply just give you the answer. I'm gonna try to explain it as much as I can so you're able to understand. Okay. But I need to see you try, okay? But if you need to contact me, if you have a question about anything, if you need to communicate with me because you're not going to be able to meet a deadline because you have an emergency, then this is where you would do it, okay? Blackboard messages. This is how you communicate with me. This is the #1 way of communicating with me, or you can also use it to communicate with your fellow classmates, okay? We have an online chat that can be used to communicate with myself or with your, right now it's down for maintenance, but usually that's available. You can use it to communicate with me or with your classmates as well. You'll have your grades, okay? Once your grades start, or once you start completing your grades, it'll start populating here, and it'll give you a total of your points. This is a Gradebook that I use, okay, to calculate your final grades. If you ever identify a discrepancy in your Gradebook, please let me know so I can make the necessary research and make the necessary changes if needed, okay? So that is basically the major of the links. Oh, I forgot the Gage login. This is where you're going to go to complete your assignments, okay? So if you're going to work on chapter 1 homework, you're just going to click it here and it'll take you to your homework. If you want to do chapter 2 quiz, you click the link and it'll take you to it, okay? Anytime you see these little links or images with a little circular motion, that basically tells you this is going to be taking you out of Blackboard and into Gage, okay? So I've been talking a lot about Gage, okay? So what is Cengage? Cengage is basically a learning platform where we, the instructors, are able to build assignments and students are able to complete them. Okay. Now this is the counting. These are some elaborate problems and projects are included there. So it becomes very difficult for us to be able to do all of this manual work. So systems like this are built to facilitate us being able to create these assignments. Okay. So students need access to this platform to be able to complete their assignments. Okay. Now let me switch to student view because right now I have it under faculty view. Let me see if it makes a difference. Okay. So when you're getting ready to create your account in Cengage, what you're going to do is you're going to go to the Start Here button. Okay. The Start Here. And then you're going to scroll down where you see Accounting 1303 V30. Okay. You're going to click on that link. That's going to take you into Cengage just by clicking on the link. This is the only way you can access my course. You have to access it through Blackboard. Okay? So you go into my Blackboard, you click the link, and then it's going to take you into the Cengage page. Okay? Now you're given several options. Okay? It's telling you to welcome to my course. Okay? Now you have several options. You can register a code. You can purchase the access code in the bookstore. It's basically a piece of paper with a code. You enter that code right there. If you have that piece of paper that was given to you, either at the bookstore or if you purchased it online, you can enter the code right there. Okay? Now, I already have access to the software, so it's just telling me to open my course. But you basically have to either register an access code or you can purchase it online, okay, with a debit or credit card, okay? Now, these are the options that you have. The cheapest option is Cengage Unlimited, okay? So you can either purchase the physical loose leaf textbook and access to Cengage for $279. You can get that bundle at the bookstore, which is pretty expensive. If you just buy access to the online access to the course, that's $130. If you get Cengage Unlimited, you get a lot of things. You'll get access to the course, the ebook, the textbook rental. You get up to 6 ebooks a year with a subscription. You have a whole bunch of access to other resources, to ebooks, to study guides, to a lot of things. Okay? So if you want to purchase it, then you just click the buy button here. It'll take you to a web page where you enter your credit card information so you can make the purchase. Okay, so this is a one-time thing. Okay, now I don't want to give misleading information, but I believe that Cengage gives 1 week of free access to students. So you should have access from day number 1 to the course, even if you have not purchased it, because I believe the publisher gives you 1 free week. That way you can get up and running and have time and the resources to purchase your textbook or resources that you need for the class. But this is what you would need to do. You can either buy it or register a code. It also asks you what kind of a subscription you want. You have 1 term, which is 4 months, 1 year, which is 12 months, and 2 years. Okay, and depending what you want is what you choose, and then you add it to your cart. Okay, and then it'll take you to the screen where you need to submit your checkout information. Okay, this is what you're buying. You fill all of this in, and you purchase it, and that will give you access to my course. Okay. Okay. Go back. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open my course. Okay. Let me see what it does. Okay. So when you enter Cengage, you'll have 3 tabs. You have your assignments, your grades, and your study tools. Okay. Now right now you're not showing any assignments here. Because you don't have anything. Okay, if you do all assignments, you'll be able to see all of my assignments. Okay, the due date for the assignment, when they become available, when they're due, the number of times you've completed them, the number of times you have allowed to complete them, and the time allotted for each of the assignments. Okay, so this is where you would be completing your assignments. You can come in here, select the assignment that you want to complete, and just select it, okay, and start working on it. So that's the first tab. This is all of the assignments that you're going to be completing. The second tab you have is your grades. This is your gradebook in Gage. As you begin working on your assignments, the grades will populate, your score will be populated here. You'll keep track of the time that you spend on each of your assignments, the date, all of that good stuff, okay? Now the last tab you have is you have your study tools, okay? This is where you can access the electronic book. If you want to read, you just click EBook, and it'll take you to the electronic book, okay? I don't want to start the tour. So basically you're going to start with part 1, chapter 1, okay? Now it's very user friendly. It breaks it down to you if you want to look for a specific topic, or if you just want to read the chapter, you can just start reading the chapter. And then if you want to go back or forward, you just click these arrows on the sides, okay? Now I love the electronic book because I have a lot of students. Well, I have had students in the past that have some form of disability. I've had students that are blind. I have students that can't hear. I have students that have language barrier. They come from Mexico and they have difficulty reading the English language. They understand it, but they just have problems reading it. Okay? Or I just have some students that don't like to read. Okay, let's be honest. Okay? If you don't like to read, then you don't have to read. You can have the computer read it for you. Okay? But you do need to listen to it. Listen to the content. There's this little excuse me, this little person up here. If you click on it,
Chapter Introduction. Learning Objectives. Careful study of this chapter should enable you to LO1 describe the purpose of accounting. LO2 describe the accounting process.
It reads to you. It reads to you and it highlights as it reads. Okay? So you have that option to have the reader read to you. You have flashcards that will help you prepare. These are the flashcards for the chapter, like accounting. And then you flip the card and it tells you what it is. Okay? And the next card. So this will help you study and prepare key information. We have a glossary of all of the terminology. Okay? You can highlight. There's just a lot of things. Please go in there and explore. Very, very awesome resources that you have here with Gage. Okay? So that's your ebook. You have additional study tools available. It's just wonderful. Okay? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to exit out of here, and I'm going to go back, and I'm going to exit the preview, and I'm going to go in as instructor so I can show you some of those assignments. Okay? Because right now I don't have access as a student. I have access as a faculty. Okay? So, but I do want to show you how your quizzes look and how your homework looks. Okay? So I'm going to go to your assignments and let me do chapter 2 quiz. Okay? So I'm going to preview it as a student. This is how your quiz is going to look for you. Okay? It's going to give you information. It tells you you have 2 tries. It tells you you have 1 hour to complete the test. The test must be completed in a single session. You won't be able to exit without submitting. Okay? And then you start the test. Okay? And then you have 13 questions. Okay? And then you can go back and forth. You have 60 minutes to complete them. So you just answer the questions. Okay? There's some fill in the blank. There's some multiple choice, whatever the case might be. Okay? So I'm just going to click several buttons. I'm not even reading the question, guys. I'm just going to do whatever. Just so you can see, what I want you to see the grading, how the system automatically grades it for you. Okay, so I'm just gonna did I do several? Yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna fill in some information. I'm gonna leave several blank, that way you'll see that I'll mark those wrong. Okay, so I just click whatever. This is the test that you're gonna be completing. So you go through each of your questions and you answer the question the best that you can. Okay, you have 60 minutes. Okay, whatever whatever it is that you're gonna be answering. Okay, and then when you're done, okay, you have an option here: submit test for grading. Okay, I'm gonna submit it. It's going to ask you, are you sure? You have two options. Either you can continue taking the test or you can submit for grading. Okay? And voila. It's telling me here that I got a 23.08 on my first try. Okay? So, now that I have completed my quiz, I can go to my gradebook. And I'm not going to have it because I'm faculty. But if you go to your gradebook, you should be able to see that assignment. I forgot that I'm having instructor view. But that is what your quiz looks like. Now let's look at your homework. Your homework is a little bit more tricky. I'm going to show you how it looks like from your end. Okay? So, you have 5 homework problems. Okay? Now, all of these problems are algorithmic, which means that every student will have a different problem. The same concept, just different dollar amounts. Okay? So, the first problem here, you have access to the electronic book. So, if you need to review this information, you can just go here and click the ebook, and it'll take you to the section of the book that covers this information. Okay? Let me wait for it to load. And it takes you to the ebook. That way you can review this learning objective. Okay. It also has show me how video. Okay. If you click on it, you play.
This exercise provides another opportunity to analyze the impact of transactions on the accounting equation.
So if you see, it also provides you with a short video on how to complete the problem. Okay. You also have a calculator here that you can use. You can print this. A lot of students work better on paper, so they rather print it out, work it on paper, and then just upload the information, whatever works for you. But you basically, this is how the problem is going to look. Okay. Now down here, it has check my work. Okay. So what does that mean? It basically means that you have 5 tries to get the problem right. Okay. So I'm just going to enter some weird numbers here, okay? 500, 250, 150, and I'm just making up these numbers, okay? They're not right. Okay? Okay? So, I've put in some numbers there. And, we're going to see what happens. Okay, so we're going to see, I want to check my work here. I want to see if I got this right or wrong. So I'm going to check my work. You see? And what happens? The first ones, I made up all my numbers. And it's telling me that they're all wrong. Okay? All wrong. Now for the second one, letter F, I entered the correct answer. Okay? And you see, it marked it right. So now what do you need to do? You need to go back and you're going to fix the ones that you got wrong, and you're going to work on the rest. Now what I recommend when you're working on your homework is that you don't check your work every single time, because you're going to run out of check my works. What I recommend as an instructor is that you complete the whole problem first. Once you complete the whole problem, then you check your work, and then you figure out what you got wrong, fix it, make the changes, and then check your work again. Okay? So, let's see, let me do another one example here. So you paid the phone bill. Okay, and I'm going to, let me look. So you received cash. Okay, so I'm going to make some changes here. And let's check your work again. Okay, voila. Now I made the correction on letter E. You see I fixed it. Now it's marking it correct. F was already right. I don't have to worry about it. And I did G and I got it correct. Now I only have 3 more check my works available. Okay? So you're basically going to be having 5 tries for each of your problems. Once you're done, you can go on to the next problem. Okay? You complete the next problem. You have 5 more tries to complete this problem. Okay? And if you can see up here, you have the ebook, the videos. A lot of these problems have those videos embedded.
In this problem, we'll prepare a statement of owner's equity.
Okay, so it's fabulous. Please take the time to listen to those videos. Okay, so when you're done with all of the 5 problems, okay, once you're done, you have several options here. Okay, now let's assume that I started working on my homework here, but now I have to stop because I have to go make dinner for my family. Okay, so I want to make sure I exit out. Okay, so if you're going to go ahead and you're going to make dinner, you're going to resume this later. You're going to save and exit. Okay, there's a button here that says save and exit. If you've completed all of your problems and you're ready to submit for grading, then you submit the assignment for grading. That is going to issue you a grade. Okay, so let me do that. It's asking me, it's for sure. Yes, I'm for sure. And now it's telling me that I got a 12 on my assignment. Okay, so it gives you your grade automatically. Okay, so when you're working on your quizzes, remember your quizzes are timed. You have 60 minutes. You must complete them within that 60-minute time frame, and your quizzes are multiple choice, fill in the blank. Your assignments for the homework, they're workout problems, and for those you can save your work, resume later in time, and then get it done. Okay, so that is the assignments that you're going to be completing. That's how they look at from Cengage perspective, and you can access them either by going through this link, or if, let's say for example, I know I want to work on my homework, I can just click chapter 1 homework link here, and it'll take me to my homework assignment. Okay, it'll automatically take me to the homework. So you can do either or, whatever works best for you. You can select that. Now the assignments, let's say for example it's week number 1 and you want to click on your final exam, the system will not let you complete it. Why? Because I've given each of their assignments a specified window for when they're completed. If you're not within that window, that time frame, the system will not allow you to enter only the assignments that are available for you. Okay. Here you have access to your dashboard. If you have any technical problems with Cengage, if you're working on Cengage and it's giving you an error message, or whatever the case might be, you can just click Cengage Technical Support, and you're able to open up a case with Cengage. Okay? As a student, you're able to open up a case, let them know what the problem is. If you open up a Cengage ticket because you're having issues, please include me on the email, cmercado_5827. My email is provided on my syllabus. That way I get notified as well that you're having some kind of issue. And that way, if need be, there needs to be an extension because there was an issue with the system, I can grant you that extension and I'll be up to date with what's going on. Okay? So you can do that. You can create a ticket with Cengage. Or if you click support down here, well, it's not working right now, but you also have access to a telephone representative, okay? But all of these are links that will take you to Cengage, okay? So that is basically how the course is structured. The first time that you click this link, it should ask you to create an account, to create a username and a password. Please write those down. Now, I don't get those options because I use this every semester, so I can't really show you, but you will be prompted to create a username and a password. If you've used Cengage in the past, you can just use the same username and password, okay? And that way the system will keep track of all of your classes that you've taken with them, okay? And that's basically how to access Cengage. I've given you an overview of the assignments in Gage, how they look like. I've shown you the ebook. I've shown you that you have 5 tries on your homework for each of the problems. You know, everything is pretty straightforward. If after you try creating an account in Gage you have any issues, please reach out to me. Review the information, review those videos that I posted on right here, how to access Gage. Review this information. That way it'll help you, guide you to create your account. Make sure that you keep up with all of your weekly assignments. This being a very short semester, it's very important that we stay organized from day number 1, and we start working on your assignments as soon as possible. That way you don't fall behind, okay? It is very important that you complete at least one assignment by the end of the week for attendance purposes. That way I show that you are participating in my class. I want to wish you the best of luck. I am here to help you in whatever I can. Do not be shy. If you have any questions, reach out to me, and I will be more than glad to help you out. Okay? I look forward to a great summer 2 semester. I ask that all of you stay safe. We're still not safe from COVID-19. It's still around, so let's try to limit ourselves from being out there too much. Wash our hands, you know, wear our face mask. Just do whatever we can for our own safety and our family's safety. And I look forward to a great semester. That is it. Until next time. Thank you.